Hey, if you're renting a place in Ohio, you're going to want to listen up. We are talking all about renter's insurance, and we're going to break down exactly what you need to know to protect yourself and, all your stuff. Let's dive right in. Just for a second, picture this. You get home, and the worst has happened. There's been a fire. I'm talking everything. Your laptop for work, that comfy couch, all your clothes, just gone. So, who pays to replace all of that? Okay, so here's the thing that trips up so many renters. You might assume your landlord's insurance has you covered, but it absolutely does not. Look, their policy, it's for the building, the bricks, the roof. It has absolutely nothing to do with a single thing you own inside, and that is a huge risk to take.
But hey, don't worry, that's what we're here for. We're going to walk through what renter's insurance actually is, what it covers, what you can expect to pay for it here in Ohio, the rules you need to be aware of, and what to do if you ever need to use it. So, let's start at square one. And I want you to stop thinking of renter's insurance as just another bill, okay? Think of it more like your own personal safety net, built specifically for you. At the end of the day, it's a really simple deal. You pay a small fee every month, and in exchange, the insurance company agrees to help you replace your stuff if it's stolen or destroyed, and maybe even more importantly, it protects you if someone gets hurt in your apartment and decides to sue. It's really just peace of mind. It's like this. The landlord owns the box, but you own everything you put inside the box. Their insurance covers the box. Your insurance covers your world inside those walls. Simple as that.
Okay, so what are you actually getting? How does this protection work in the real world? Well, pretty much every policy out there is built on what I like to call the 3 pillars of protection. All right, pillar number 1. This is the one everybody knows about. Personal property coverage. If someone breaks in and steals your laptop or a kitchen fire ruins your stuff, this is the part of the policy that cuts you a check to repair it or buy a new one. Your TV, your gaming console, your clothes, your kitchen stuff, you get the idea.
Now, pillar 2 is personal liability. And honestly, this might be the most important one. Let's say a friend slips on a wet floor in your kitchen and has to go to the hospital, or your kid breaks a neighbor's window. Well, this part of your policy steps in to cover those costs, potentially saving you from a financial nightmare. It is a huge deal.
And that brings us to the 3rd pillar, loss of use. If that fire we talked about actually happens and you can't live in your apartment anymore, where are you going to go? This coverage helps pay for those extra living costs, like a hotel and even meals, while your place gets fixed. Basically, it's your lifeline when your home isn't a home anymore. I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but it's got to be expensive, right? Well, that's where you'd be wrong. This is the best part, because it's probably one of the biggest myths out there that this stuff costs a lot. It really doesn't.
You ready for this? The average policy in Ohio runs somewhere between $10 and $25 a month. Seriously, that's it. We're talking less than the price of a few cups of coffee.
This quote from the source material really hits the nail on the head. Think about it. Most of us have 2, 3, maybe more streaming subscriptions we pay for every month. For less than what one of those costs, you can protect literally everything you own. When you put it like that, it's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it?
Now, of course, that's an average. Your specific price is going to depend on a few things. Where you live matters. An apartment in downtown Cleveland might cost a bit more to insure. How much coverage you want is a big one. And your deductible, that's the amount you agree to pay out of pocket before insurance kicks in. If you choose a higher one, your monthly bill goes down. Even your credit score can play a role here in Ohio.
Okay, let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about the rules. What can your landlord actually require? What are your rights as a renter?
This is a big one. Maybe the #1 question people ask. Can my landlord force me to get this? Is it a requirement or just a suggestion? And the answer is yep, a clear, definite yes. Ohio law is pretty straightforward on this. Landlords can put a clause right in your lease that says you have to have it. So the bottom line is, read your lease. It's all in there.
Okay, listen up, because this is super important, especially if you have a roommate. Your policy covers you and your resident family members. It does not cover your roommate. They need their own policy. Seriously, don't just assume one policy covers everyone in the apartment. It doesn't work that way. And finding that out after a disaster would be awful.
All right, so let's say the worst happens. You actually need to use this insurance. What do? How does it work? It can sound intimidating, but it's really just a step-by-step process. It really boils down to 4 key steps. First things first, as soon as it's safe, document everything. I mean, pull out your phone, take pictures, take videos. Do this before you touch or clean a single thing. Second, Call your insurance company immediately. Third, you'll work with an adjuster, that's their representative, to go over the damage. And fourth, you'll get your settlement so you can start putting things back together.
Okay, let's circle all the way back to the beginning. That fire we talked about, the biggest, scariest risk of not having insurance is this. If you accidentally cause that fire, you could be on the hook for all the damages. Not just your stuff, not just your apartment, but damage to the whole building. We're talking about a bill that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the real risk.
And that, right there, is why this final quote from the source material is so spot on. It's not just another bill you have to pay. It's a smart, small investment in your own financial safety net. So, I'm going to leave you with a question. Just for a second, look around your place, or just think about it. Your computer, your TV, your couch, all your clothes, shoes, kitchen gadgets. I mean, have you ever actually sat down and added it all up? What would it cost right now to buy all of it again from scratch? That number, well, that's the number worth protecting.